students for writing MBA CET. Vocabulary strategy. Vocabulary is very important as far as MBA CET is concerned. Very high weightage in the verbal section, and you can solve it quickly. So it becomes extremely important to prepare for vocabulary as far as the exam is concerned. Now, understand most students prepare for vocabulary in an incorrect manner. They believe you have to memorize thousands of English words to crack the MBA CET vocab. No. If you use the right strategy, you can prepare for CET vocabulary in 15 to 20 minutes a day. And that is what is required, the right strategy to prepare for CET. That's what we'll explain. We have been training students for more than 24 years for the entrance exam, so fairly comfortable with different exams and how to crack it. So let's try to understand how to look at vocabulary. Now, what are the type of questions that come in vocabulary in the exam? There is synonyms, antonyms, fill in the blanks, word meaning in context, and idioms and phrases. There are different type of questions that come in the examination for CET, similar. So normally the vocabulary in the exam is more moderate level. It's not difficult. Like in some of the other exams, like in PAN and MAT and all, the words are quite difficult. Whereas in CET, it's comparatively easy. For the vocabulary. So which means you don't have to look at very difficult words. But if you know what words are being used normally, that should suffice. So look at high value words. Focus, don't learn random words. You pick up a word list and pick up random words and learn. That doesn't help. Focus on high value words. Normally that come. Frequently used English words will help. So when you keep on reading, you come across words, you can pick up those words and read. Use in newspapers or academic vocabulary. If you learn 400 to 600 useful words, that should suffice for CET. Don't have to learn thousands of words. So ideally, if you want to learn words through context. Whenever you come across a difficult word, check the context where it is being used. For example, if I say I want to learn a word called meticulous, remembering the only word meticulous will not help you. Look at where it is used in the sentences. Okay, for example, I'll form a sentence for it. She was meticulous in checking every detail of the report. The moment you try to form it in a sentence, you'll be able to better understand the whole meaning of the word and remember it better. Right? This helps the brain to remember words much faster as such. So look at the context and that will help you better. Also in the examination, focus on eliminating options. There are a lot of words sometimes you don't know the meaning, but you can still eliminate options and get the answer. Look, the important reason we are doing vocabulary is to get marks in the examination. So how do you do it? First of all, eliminate clearly wrong options. So whichever options are wrong, eliminate that. So this is definitely not the answer. Also look at the closest meaning of the word. If you don't know the exact meaning, you can try to guess mark what could be the closest meaning. Use context. If the word is used in a context, look at what could be the meaning based on the context of the sentence. Also, if you look at the options, normally from the 5 options, there could be 4 with similar meanings, 1 different, or 4 could be positive and 1 could be a little negative. So in that case, the negative meaning could be the optional. So you can eliminate options also and get the answer. You don't have to know every word for us. Good way to do vocabulary is 15 minutes. Learn 10 new words and revise 20. Revision is important. People normally learn and keep on learning new words. You tend to forget the words. It's important to revise old words that you already learned and try to use them in sentences. Maybe you learn for morning, maybe around 10 minutes, evening around 10 minutes. I think that should suffice. Twice a day, 10 minutes. If you do on a regular basis, that helps. Remember, in the weekend, try to do quick revision of all the words. You keep on revising regularly. You'll automatically tend to remember the words better. Also, what are the best sources for MBA CET vocabulary? You can read newspaper editorials. You can look at vocabulary apps. There's specific vocabulary apps you can look at. You can look at word lists that are specifically meant for MBA entrance exams. Don't look at random word list. Also, you can look at reading articles and blogs. As in when you come and reading articles, you'll come across words which you can use. Also, remember, reading automatically improves vocabulary. The more you read, the more you understand words in their context, and the better you'll be able to do in the examination. Focus on idioms and phrases. CET is known to ask questions on idioms and phrases. Ensure that you do 5 idioms daily. Pick up 5 idioms and try to understand, because there are questions and you should know about them. Right? Common mistakes that people do with vocabulary. They try to remember too many words. Doesn't help in the exam. You tend to forget most of those words. Also, that words will be not coming in the exam because they will not be important words. You also forget revision. Keep on doing new words, you'll tend to forget the old words. Doesn't help. Also, not knowing the word in context, even if you know the meaning of the word, and if it doesn't come in the context and you don't know the context, you may still get it wrong. Also, don't spend too much time on vocabulary question in the exam. Either you know it or you don't know it. If you don't know it, just mark and move forward. You need to be very quick. Learn to save time on vocabulary question in the exam. That's what you need to do quickly as far as exam is concerned, right? So vocabulary is one of the easiest marks in MBA CT because one is it takes less time and you can get if you prepare. So just 15 to 20 minutes daily can help you give a good advantage on the exam day. So do that, right? We'll come up with videos that will help you for preparing for MBA CT. Do subscribe to our channel. Thank you.